on. Quite the doozy of a morning, I'll tell you. I'm going to grab some paper. Hang tight, folks. I am working on, well, I got a few things going on. For sure I do. So these are for embossed papers for whatnot. I have been, you guys, it's exciting that you want so many. I just cut these last night. I spent some time cutting these last night. So now I got to get them through the embosser. So I might do a little bit of that just because I still have a few orders to fulfill for those. So I'm going to start with that. We can chat while I do that. Please say hello when you get here so I know that you're here. I'm going to grab the feed and make sure it's working. And maybe also what I could do is I already sent a notification to Telegram, but it'd be good to also do it again with the link to YouTube so everybody can find us. So I think I'll do that too. So when you get here, say hello and let me know if there's something particular you got on your mind. What's going on today? What do you like to see? Where are you lacking? Like, where do you need some inspiration and some encouragement? Any of those things so we can chat about it. Love to have this time to chat with you while I create. Okay. So let's do a little bit of this. I do have the machine close by. I'm going to grab it. This machine has been getting a lot of use the last week or so, which is fantastic. So I have all these folders, and I have about 25 folders that I used to make, I don't know, I must have sold 10 sets of these at least. And I've been using about 25 different folders so that whoever is buying the sets of embossed papers, you're getting a good variety. That's the goal. That's the goal. You want to see Monica? What would you like to see, Madeline? More art journaling? Monica, I've been doing art journaling on the regular inside the membership club because that's what those ladies wanted to see too. I asked them, you know, I'm live 3 times a week with them, but on Tuesdays, it's kind of open. It's not a workshop. It's not a particular lesson. And I asked them what kinds of things they wanted me to do. And art journaling, they said for sure more of that. So I've been doing it about every other week in that group with other things like embossing and foiling and all kinds of fun activities. Happy Friday, Miss Wendy. I appreciate you guys being here. Thank you for being here. Should we do some art journaling after I do a little bit of this? I could do that, but really do. Let me think on this. I could do the art journaling first, Monica, and then do a little bit of this. I have to get this done. I absolutely have to. I have just a few more orders that came in even yesterday, and I can't keep up. I made 220 pieces and filled orders, but it just wasn't enough. So anyway, let me grab an art journal. Let me grab one. I wasn't planning on that, but Miss Monica, you're here and you asked. So let's see about that. All right, which journal we're going to use? I have this one close by. I like people and I like bugs. I like birds. It's so funny to go through and see, like these 2 pages. This was October 3rd, and this one I did on March. So between October and March, butterfly to butterfly, I have multiple art journals going, so I could have worked in a different journal, right? Like this isn't the only one. I'm gonna try to grab another one. Here's another art journal. This one is specifically one I've been doing for the Craft Therapy Club. And this one's brand new. This one's pretty new. And this one I made out of, obviously, a book. I love when the pages get all crunchy. I really do. Okay. So should we do something in here? We could play. This was a play, obviously, without a particular theme. I obviously want to do mark making. I did some texturizing with a stencil. I think we were practicing adding paint to the texture medium in this one because I wasn't sure how that would work out, and it did. And it's still glossy, so that's kind of cool. I guess I was also getting across the point that when we art journal, not every page when you art like this, okay, not every page when you art journal has to be finished in the session that you're working on it. Like, look at this. I don't remember what I was doing there. I didn't even take any notes. Like, what was I working on there? I'm not even sure. So you can use your books any way you want. You do not have to have completed works of art on every single page. And this day, this was all I got to. I didn't put a phrase. I didn't put a focal point. It was just mark making, playing with supplies, playing with colors. And that's okay. It's totally acceptable in my book. I know when you see art journaling, people art journaling, you're seeing a lot of completed pages start to finish. I don't think that that's the reality of most creatives, though. I just don't. When we go live for you, we want to do, like, this was a fantastic spread. That's one of the rice papers that I have in the shop. Head Full of Dreams, it's called, I think. This was a lot, and this is a different rice paper with the Harlequin checks. But not every page, when you open your art journal and you work in it, you're not going to get to this stage on every page. As content creators, there's a lot of pressure for us to do something start to finish so you have the full perspective. But I think that it wasn't the intention of content creators to do this to to creatives, but because most of the time when you see us create, we finish it completely in 45 minutes to an hour. I think inadvertently, a lot of people feel pressure to do the same. When you sit down at your craft table, you feel the pressure to do the same thing, to finish it in 45 minutes, start to finish. You don't realize that as content creators, when we come to the table to show you, to demonstrate how to do something, we've had a plan. We've been thinking about this for a day or two. We've gathered all our supplies. We know what colors we're going to use. We have a theme in mind or a technique or a product that we want to demonstrate. That's not the case when you go to your craft table or your creative table. You're just staring at a blank page and you literally have no idea where to go from there. And I think it puts undue pressure on a lot of creatives. We didn't mean to do this as content creators, but I think because there have been years and years of you guys watching half hour, 45 minute, 1 hour. Gosh, now if you're on, I don't use TikTok and Instagram. I just don't. I don't like short content. I don't like 1 minute videos that take you start to finish when in reality it took an hour to do that project. I don't like those. They make me anxious on the inside and they make me feel a lot of stress and pressure. Some people love them, and if you love them, that's awesome. That's awesome if you love them. Content creators create them because there are a lot of people who like really short content, where in a minute we're going to show you start to finish how to do an art journal page like this. But that's not reality. And I think what it's doing to a lot of us is giving us this subconscious pressure to complete something in entirety the way you see it being done by other people. And I want to free you from that. Girls, I want to free you from that pressure. Guys and girls, free you from that pressure. Hey, Diana. Hey, Janet. You're watching while you work. Monica, thanks for being here. I appreciate you. Well, let's do it. Let's do this. And actually, the other day, when I don't remember where I was, which book I was in or what we were doing, but it was gratitude journaling. Again, I came to the blank page. I don't think I had an idea. I think I had maybe 1 or 2 ideas, but not a full, complete thought on where that page was going to go. So I pulled out my art journal cards. So let's pull them out and use them. This is a workshop that you can find on my site, but the Craft Therapy Club members have this workshop. You have access to this already, but the workshop is a few videos showing you how to turn playing cards into art journaling prompt cards. So let's use the prompt cards and see what we get. Okay. It's challenging. It can be challenging. And listen, you don't really have to follow all the rules. Okay. Let me just say, we have one that tells you like a theme, color. These are colors, themed by color. Okay, so like white, use red or pink, use black or gray, use yellow or orange. See, this is, I got to keep them in order because I like to keep them separated so that I get one from each. You don't always have to pull 4 cards. You can pull 1 card. Okay, this one's about products. Use gesso. Oh, one just fell off. Use a punch, use a stencil, emboss. This one probably came off of here. Napkinize it. Let's get that back on there. So these are about using particular supplies. This one is about focal points, I think. Let's look at them. And I gave Craft Therapy Club members, or if you purchase this workshop from my website, if you need the link, just let me know and I'll get it to you. I give you the printable as well for all of these words so that you can make your own cards. Okay, so let's shuffle those up. This one, focal points, scripture, travel and places, things that crawl, cupcakes and tea, fairies and mermaids, hearts and love. So see, it just gives you kind of like a place to start, which is really nice, especially if you don't care. Like if you're like, oh, I just want to create. I don't know what I want to create, but I want to do something creative. Change up your corners, use numbers, rotate your substrate, fussy cut your images, write what's inside, mark it up. It gives you a lot of ideas on things that you can do on your junk journal entry or your art journal entry. So how often, you guys, are you art journaling? Do you mind answering? I'm just going to randomly, I'm looking at the screen at your comments. I'm not even looking. Oh, that one's blank. That's so random. Blue or purple. So that's my first prompt, blue or purple. I suppose I could use both if I wanted to. Let's put these aside. We got blue or purple. I'm just going to mix them up and I'm looking away. I am looking away. I know you can't see me, but I'm looking at your comments, which the last one I see is Diana 4 minutes ago saying hello. Use a spiral. What? All right. I don't know. I've never gotten that one before. Use a spiral. How do I do that? It can be fun, girls, if you're adventurous or you just need emboss. Use a spiral, emboss, blue or purple. And let's see what this one tells me. And again, I could just leave it at that. But if I wanted more help, I could do this last one. I think I'm going to leave it at that. And then my focal point, I'm going to use this to do a nice background. And then my focal point, I don't know. Maybe we won't even get there. Maybe we'll just do the background and do a focal point later. Thank you guys for being here. Anybody who's jumping in, please do me a favor and hit the like button on this. Please make at least one comment. These things help us so much in getting our content out there. Okay, blue or purple and embossing it. This page, obviously, this has some gesso on it. I think it was leftover paints or something. This is not glued together, and I do like to glue a few pages together. I don't like to leave them apart. So let's get some glue down. And you can use, we talked about this too in the Craft Therapy Club when we make these books. You know, use whatever glue you like. I do have preferences and I explain why when I meet with the girls, but I won't go through all that with you guys. We're here just to chat and have some fun. All right, we got those two together. I do like 3 or 4. I don't really get myself too worked up over those details, to be honest with you. Some people are really regimented about it and they prep and I have done that. I've prepped a whole book before I started working in it. This one, obviously, I'm doing it as I go. But you can be very regimented, meaning like you're going to skip 2 pages, you're going to tear out 3 pages, you're going to glue 4 pages together. And then they always do that to make sure that it stays consistent. But I don't. Consistency. I got to be consistent in other places in my life, like my bank account. I don't worry about it in my art journaling, to be honest with you. I do it when I make recipes because I'm a terrible cook. So I follow a recipe to the T. That's where I get my consistency. All right, here we go. Blue or purple, use a spiral emboss. Well, first we got to start with the blue or purple. And let me see, I have some paints right next to me. I'm looking at the colors that I have. Carol says, I love your creativity process. I'm not creative, so I like how you show how to get, well, that's the whole point. Good. I'm glad to hear you say that. Because I feel that way too sometimes, Carol. Like I feel like, I'm not creative at all. I can't come up with an idea. That is a very light heather purple. And I'm just looking at the paint bottles that are right next to me. It says blue or purple. I don't have to use both. What color did I use on this last page? Oh, I used blue and purple, crazy enough. But that's more of a teal color. It says blue or, so I think I'm going to start with the lavender and we'll take it from there. This page has no gesso on it, so let's do a little bit of gesso. This is white gesso. And so I don't actually, I'm going to use clear. I don't want to cover the words. Right. So let's get a little bit of clear gesso. Well, thank you, Carol, for the comment. Thank you for telling me that. It is very satisfying. Like, it makes it purposeful for me when I hear you guys, your comments like that. It makes it like, it's so encouraging to keep going and keep sharing. Girls, I'll tell you what, I've been so busy this morning and I still have to do all of that embossing to get those orders out by today. And there are a couple of things I need to do this afternoon. Like I got to get to the post office and stuff like that. They're holding a couple of packages from me. I don't know what's going on. And there was something that for Gannon's graduation that was supposed to have been delivered 3 days ago. I don't have it, but Amazon says it was delivered. So, and it says, go check with your carriers. I got to get to the post office, find out where Gannon's graduation stuff is. But anyway, it's really good to hear from you guys with that encouragement to keep me going. I was thinking to myself, oh my gosh, I got to go live and I have so much to do today. I really should be getting on with my graduation preparations. So to hear that you appreciate it, it helps me to just keep going. So thank you for that. Your appreciation really does matter to me. All right, we got a little bit of clear gesso. I'm going to use the same paintbrush. Don't need a new one. And actually, let's do something different. Not a paintbrush. Let's use some kind of scraper to scrape the color on. Oh my gosh, I ordered, it's a big box of like graduation, like balloons in the right color. What was it? It was like balloons and probably utensils for the graduation open house, the party. Like a graduation banner, stuff like that. Tablecloths for the tables, so we can cover the tables with black tablecloths, stuff like that. It just, like, where did it go? They say it's delivered, but I say nope, it is not. Now it's not spreading at all because it's not very liquidy. I'm gonna add some Liquitex to it, some matte liquid medium to get this to move a little bit more. I'm gonna mix the paint. See what it does? See that? And because I have the gesso on there, it's not sucking up into the page. It's on top of the page, and that gives me the chance to move the color around. If I hadn't gessoed it, if I hadn't given it that primer, this purple would suck right into that page and I would have no room or option to move the color around or to wet it to make it more opaque. Because remember, I don't want to lose my words. I want my words. I don't necessarily mind if this margin gets covered up, but the words, I kind of want to see them through the purple. Why am I using a spatula? I don't know, just for fun, just to be different, just to use something other than a brush. I think it'll give you a different effect, right? I already have green on here on this page. My prompt was purple or blue. It doesn't say you can't add another color to it. It just gives you the prompt to use purple. So now if I decided I want to add more green or a pink to this, to me, I don't have to just stick to the cards. The cards are a guide to get you start that blank page and get it going. Not meant to be, you can only use blue and purple. No, that's not what it's meant to be, at least in my mind's eye. I suppose you can use your prompt cards however you like. Again, I just got back from Orlando yesterday from the DECA competition, and he came home sick. He has a terrible cold. He almost didn't go to school today, but he's missed a week of school for this competition. And he's coming up to finals and AP tests for like chemistry and calculus and stuff. So I know he felt like he needed to go and get caught up. So I was impressed that he got himself out of bed because he was not feeling good. He got 9 hours of sleep last night, which was really good. All right. We at least have a base, purpley and green, but it's on there. I think, well, we're going to use a spiral apparently, and we're going to emboss. So there'll be more coming on top of this, but I also might, let me see about, I'm going to look through my stamps and see if I have some spiral stamps, if you don't mind. Let me just see if I have, like, I have a lot of flourishes and things like that. So I'm just going to look through and see if I have any spirals. If you don't mind me taking a minute. I have these little drippies. Aren't those funky looking? Funky little drippies. I'm looking for just a quick, I'm going to get a spiral stamp. Any stamps that look spirally. These are leaves. I've got people. I got polka dots. I got hearts. I got butterflies. I've got that kind of flourish thing. I've shown that one a couple of times, but I haven't used it yet. These are like flower heads, and I was thinking maybe one of them, like, is that like spiraled? You know what I mean? Like the floral. Would you consider that a spiral? Let me show it to you closer. I know this is a terrible view. Hold on, girls. I'll try to do a better job. Do you consider that a spiral? Hey, Terry Green, how are you, friend? Carol says I'm always behind because I'm slow. Janet, that's exactly, Janet, your comment is what, it just like touches my heart so much. Janet says, I get stressed out thinking about finishing a project in a time limit. And that's exactly what I'm getting at. Like, I think, because I feel this pressure too, Janet. And why do we feel that pressure? We feel that pressure because we watch over and over and over again. We're consuming content from creators to be inspired, which is a really good thing, to be inspired. But in watching creatives create their content, start to finish in one sitting, I think we've kind of drilled into our brains that that's what a creative life has to be. I don't agree with that. I don't think a creative life has to be that. I think a creative life has to fit for you in your life. And what fits for you in your life may be very different than what fits for me in my life. And that's totally cool. Like, it's totally acceptable. I don't, if that pressure is keeping you from creating, that makes me sad. I don't want the pressure to keep you from creating. I want you, if all you can do is put down some colors and then take your markers and make marks the way you want. Like, I love stripes. I love polka dots. I love metallic gold. So I was using the metallic gold paint pen. I like hearts, obviously. And I had this sitting here. So I was like, I'm just going to, instead of drawing a heart in here, I'm just going to clip a heart onto this page. I think that your pages don't have to be, this can be finished, or it can be finished for now, and then maybe 2 months from now, I'll come back to this page and I'll be inspired to add something else to it. It's totally cool. I really, really encourage you to do that. I really encourage you to take that creative freedom, the liberty to just create in a way that works for your life. Please do not put pressure on yourself. All right, I did not see a spiral stamp in that stash, but I have another stash of stamps, so I want to look through them. Where did they go, Gracie? Where did you put them? Oh, they're right here. All right, I have another set of stamps. The spiral is going to be, I might have to draw it because I don't know if I have anything that is a spiral. I mean, the closest thing I think I have is that flower petal. All right, I have, remember, there's a bunch of flourishes. Is there a spiral in there? No. I think the flower is more spirally than any of that. I mean, all right. Do we just draw it? Is there a spiral in here? I doubt it. That one's a cool one though. I haven't used that one yet. I haven't even used this one yet. That's pretty cool. All right. So please know you're not the only one who has a stash of stuff that you haven't even had a chance to use yet. You are not the only. Oh, is this spirally? Know what this reminds me of? I grew up in the 70s and 80s. So I was a child in the 70s and 80s. Remember that thing? I have no idea what it's called, but I remember pink, and it was like this big plastic pink thing that had a bunch of different rings and a pencil, and you would put the disc in the little machine, not machine, like table thing, and you would run your pencil and the thing would run along the edges and create like these really cool designs. What is that thing called? I bought one for Gannon once when he was younger, and he wasn't interested. But maybe I could draw, in addition to using this, I could draw some spirals. I don't know if that's supposed to be stuck there or if it's not. Let's see. Yeah, I'm all right with that. Look, that stayed there. Let me see if I have a block big enough for this one. I think I could use this and add some additional spirals coming off of that. I think this is the biggest one that I have, and it might be just enough. And actually, I might not want to use the whole thing in its entirety. Maybe I'll use just parts of it and go off the page a little bit. You know, because that's pretty big. This is still kind of wet, so I better give it a dry before I want to go stamping on it. Spirograph. Yes, Janet, you're so smart. The spirograph. Do you guys remember that thing? Yes, Terry, thank you. Thank you for the thumbs up. Thank you for sharing. Oh my gosh, Terry, that is so helpful. So incredibly helpful. I appreciate you, my friend. My sweet friend. Happy Friday. Carol says, I agree, Janet, because I always get behind because I feel slow. Friends, you're not alone. You're not alone at all. I've been thinking too about this point because I was listening to a podcast and it was about finding time for leisure and finding God in your time of leisure, and leisure being different than being entertained. Okay, so meaning leisure isn't like binging on a Netflix series. That's not leisure, that's entertainment. But leisure would be doing the things that kind of refuel you, and our creative time should be refueling you. This sitting down to kind of get some paints or some of your whatever supplies, paints or markers, or using whatever you want, this process should be leisure. It should be a quiet time for you to refresh and reconnect with yourself and with God in a really positive way that refreshes you. Well, that's hard to do if you feel pressure. That's why I brought it up. And I think that a lot of you are feeling pressure, and that makes me so sad. It makes me so sad. And I think it wasn't intentional, but because so many of us creatives who have creative businesses, we get attention from others, the likes, the shares. We get that when we produce good content. And to produce good content, we have been producing content in its entirety. And actually, I've noticed some people can get downright mad if you don't. They get downright mad. All right, I'm going to use black to hopefully get this to really pop off of here. I put this little book on here to catch any extra that goes over. I'm not going to do the whole thing. I'm just going to do part of it in this corner. And then I might do another part in somewhere else. Or maybe I'll go like this. Yeah, let's do that. So anyway, I feel like we didn't intend to, but we did a disservice to your leisure, to your leisurely craft therapy time. My private group is called the Craft Therapy Club because I really believe in having giving yourself, gifting yourself time every day. If it's something that really refreshes you and makes you feel good, um, to create every day. But then if you feel like you have pressure to create an entire spread from start to finish within the short amount of time that you have to create, it's taking joy away from you. And that it's adding pressure. That's actually doing, it's supposed to be leisurely, meaning refreshing, refueling us, not depleting us. So if the pressure is depleting you or making you stressed, it's doing the opposite what your creative time should be doing. So I am all for doing what you can do, and it may mean an unfinished page, and that's okay. That looks terrible. Look at it, look at it. It's because my page is all crinkly from the wet glue, the gesso that we put on there. It's all crinkly. All right, let's try. We're gonna do it again. Let's do another really bad one right here. Let's just see what we get. Let's just do another really bad one. Listen, just embrace it. There's nothing we can do. It's okay. It's so good. I might continue this mess. Let's just continue it. Where did I just stamp? I think right here. I'm just going to put a little bit right there. Okay, now, I don't think those are spirals, but they're kind of cool. I'm going to do just a little bit on this side too, and I'm going to do something connecting the two sides with spirals. I don't know what. I'm just going with my prompts, going with what I got, and I'm not going to worry anymore beyond it. You see, I'm not happy with how those stamps turned out. Is it the end of the world? Heck no. I have a lot bigger issues in my life than that stamp not turning out right. So I am not going to even think about it again. I'm just going to work with what I got and have fun playing. That's what I want you to do. I want you to have fun. I want you to enjoy it. I want this to be your leisure time that just restores you and makes you feel relaxed for a little while. A lot of times when I create by myself, I'll put on some really, I call it relaxation station. I'll ask the little machine in the corner of the room, that's what I listen to at night when I go to bed too. I'll ask Alexa, play relaxation station. And it's quiet in the room and it really relaxes me. It's like music that you hear when you go get a massage, just like that kind of spa music. No lyrics, just instruments, and it's so beautiful and it relaxes me. I don't think my husband liked it at first, but now it's just on. He comes to bed and it's just on, and he doesn't put up a fight. He sleeps fine, so it's not like it's hindering his sleep at all, and it really helps me. But it's the same music I might put on when I'm creating, because the point is to relax my senses. I have really high cortisol in my body. I know this because I'm chronically in pain. So I have got to have time. I have got to have things in my life that relax me, truly relax me. So sometimes, and now this is a dangerous thing to say to you. This is a bit dangerous to say to you, but I say it out of pure love. Sometimes I want to say to you guys, you're hanging out with me now, and I love you and appreciate you for that. I do. But sometimes I want to say to you guys, stop watching, stop scrolling, shut off your phone, put on some nice music, and just go play with your colors in a book. Go get in your art journal and play. If the scrolling is keeping you from doing, then there's a level of enjoyment you can get out of creating that you're missing. And it makes me sad to think you're missing it. So even though my saying, stop scrolling, like basically stop watching what I'm doing, kind of dangerous, right? Like, this is how I make my living, is being live and doing demos and teaching and encouraging women. I make my money through the Craft Therapy Club and through my through the other ways that you guys can sponsor me, buy supplies for me, things like that, buy me a coffee for a chance to win one of my junk journals. That's how I earn my income. But the way that I connect with people is by going live and doing public demonstrations. But I'm telling you to stop doing that. I know that's dangerous for me in a way, but truly, if you want to get the best, like if you want to get real pleasure, like leisure, pleasure, relaxation, refueling, get rid of some of that cortisol, that like get rid of some of that stress hormone. To get rid of it, stop scrolling. Stop going on your phone and looking for videos to watch and just go do. Please go do it. Get yourself some of these. I have a workshop. It's $20. Well, if you're in the Craft Therapy Club, you get it for free. Craft Therapy Club members, you have this workshop. So if you have not made them, if you joined since we made these a couple of years ago. If you joined since we made these, go make yourself some cards. You'll have everything to make these cards, the videos showing you how. You'll get the template or the printable for all these words. And then you can add more cards with whatever words, whatever prompts you'd like to challenge yourself with for your journaling. Or use the Creative Bingo Challenge. I just posted the Creative Bingo Challenge for this month in the group. This is in the membership group. So I'm going to pull last month's and show it to you. I have last month's right here. Every month I post what I call Creative Bingo Challenge. You don't have to do it, but it's in the club. And if you say, yes, I want to do it, I assign you 4 prompts. So your prompt may be A2, a boat, I1, something neon, R3, tan, and then N4, numbers of an important date. So you would have to use tan paper, a boat, something neon, and numbers of an important date. That would be your challenge to create something with those prompts. You could do it in your art journal. A lot of people do little cards or tags in the group, but you could use it for anything like your art journaling. But you would have that option to use the monthly challenge, or you could go and create yourself some art journal prompt cards from that workshop and go do. Stop watching other people do it and go do it. And I say that's dangerous because I know I need your attention. I need you guys to be here and hanging out with me and commenting in order to make connections with you. And if I'm not making connections, I will, my business will slowly die away. So I have to be in front of people like you. And I appreciate you so much. That's why I say every time, thank you for being here. Thank you for the comments. Thank you for the likes. Thank you for the shares. That's the stuff that helps me meet new people. I'm just going to clean this off because I think I'm going to put this away. And I see I didn't clean it yet. I waited too long. Kind of on there now. I'm just going to put it in the water. Anyway, I have done the one for May. I posted it today. I posted it this morning, Terry. I also posted the Craft It Challenge for the month and the schedule for the month. I've been busy the last couple of days. Yep. You like it? It doesn't have to be clear. Are you talking about the stamping? So these ones turned out really well. This one that I just gessoed, it dried all crinkly, which I really like actually. So I got like less of a clear image there, but these ones looks like a doily, doesn't it? All right, now we have to do spirals. And I'm thinking, I also am going to emboss, right? So I have spiral and emboss, and I'm thinking can I do embossed spirals from one place to the other? And then we could write a phrase. What phrase? Guys, help me come up with a short phrase. Like I'm thinking 6 words or less, around there. Like I could write on here in the center of this page that would have to do with what I'm sharing with you today, this encouragement that I'm giving you. This encouragement to stop watching and start creating. Maybe that could just be the phrase, but maybe you could come up with something more eloquent than that. In the meantime, I'm going to look at my embossing powders. It says use purple or blue, and I have this really cool blue, pearl blueberry embossing powder. Let's use that one for our spirals. Let me find it. I'm going to take out that powder. Where's the blue? I wrote on the tops of these. Now this one's like purple. Look at that one. That one's like a really deep purple. That would be cool too. I have this one. I have not put on my, I don't think I put this one on my, oh, I did. I think that this is this color. Oh, let's use this one. Changed my mind. Let's use that one. And I think I'm going to use my marker if I can find it. Where'd you go, little marker? I'm going to use my clear marker, and we're going to make with this like a spiral. Which way do I want to go? Up or down? I don't know. Let's just do it. It's very busy, Carol. It's a lot to keep up with, girl. I will tell you, it's a lot to keep up with. All right, this I'm gonna just on a piece of scrap paper. Yeah, it's nice and juicy. It's there, so I don't have to worry about that. It's juicy. Let's see. It's gonna get covered. I could use, if you're unsure, you could use like a pencil or a piece of chalk or something to kind of draw your spirals, but I don't want. I don't want them too small, but I want them too big. Maybe I do want it to be bigger. It's easier with the chalk pencil to erase, but there's gesso on here, and if I could erase that pencil, you could see how easy that was to erase. Otherwise, you could use a piece of chalk pencil. Like, what if I did big and like really big ones? I can't even see these. Can't see it. Let's go like this. What if I did really big ones like that? Yeah, I like the bigger ones better. That'll get covered with the purple embossing powder, so I'm not worried about the pencil mark. You probably can't even see it. Hold on. Can you see it now? My little pencil marks? It'll get covered with the embossing powder, so I'm not terribly worried about it. I might just add, while I'm at it, maybe I'll add another spiral, like a smaller one right there, and then I'll have space to write around that stuff, maybe using the top of this spiral and then down here. Oh, I like it. I like where that's going. I like where it's going. I'm not sure, but I like where it's going. Okay, I'm gonna need something to collect all of my my powder. So I'm gonna make a little room because I'm gonna get out a mat for this. Let's put away these things. I'll take these out in a little bit when I'm done to show them again. Let's put these aside. I think I will get out a Teflon mat to collect all of my, and let's just do one at a time, huh? Well, should I do it all at once? Let's just do it all at once. Now this thing, I just got this and I'm trying to figure out how it works. I don't know how the powder releases, to be truthful with you. Anybody have one of these things and know how it works? There we go. I could see some powder, but like, how do you, oh, there it is. There it is. I don't want the powder to stick anywhere on my page where I'm not embossing, where I'm not going to put the embossing glue. So I went over the whole darn thing. It'll help, hopefully, that embossing powder come off in the end. That's the goal. But I just got this, so it's kind of a new thing for me to use. Now I'm going to do, I think what I'll do actually, I'm going to open, this thing is huge. I'm going to open this up really big to catch everything. I'll do it all at once and then release it all on here and just put it aside, and then I'll deal with getting it back in the bottle later. I want these to be kind of bold. So I'm going to follow along the lines. It's actually making that pencil more bold. Doing that made the pencil more bold. I'm going to go around it twice. You see I'm going back now to make sure I have a really nice bold line. I don't know how much time I have between putting that down and doing the powder, but I'm going to put the powder on right now just so I don't miss my chance, because I don't know if there's like a time limit there. Let me get some powder down. Okay. I'm just going to leave that there. I don't want it to interrupt with this. And now here, this feels like now it feels like it's getting dry. Now it doesn't feel like it's coming off at all. Yeah, what is going on here? Did I dry it out, girls? I mean, it's just not as juicy. Not as juicy. I have a black one as well. With this purple being as dark as it is. Oh boy, now you can really see that. All right, I'm going to do it once. And then I'm going to go back over it again. See, it's drying as I use it. I'm going to go back over it again because you know me, I don't like things to be super linear or perfect. All right, look at how much lighter it is down here than it was when I started. So I think these are drying out. Uh-oh, are we going to have enough juice here? It's dry. These are going to have to go in the garbage. Darn it. All right, let's see if I have enough. Oh man, it'll be sad if I don't. Actually, let me just see. Those are going to go in the garbage. I hardly use them at all. That's the sad part about that. I don't think I have another one. I have the dauber, which is really what, I mean, I can see the liquid in there, so I know this has liquid in it. It's just about getting it out on the dauber. But maybe what I can do, let's get bold. You know that song by Jennifer Lopez? Let's get loud. Let's get loud. It's like a party song. That's what that means. Let's get bold. Let's get loud. I'm going to use like a little rubbery scraper here. Yeah, now we won't miss a beat. Give me a beat. You guys name the artists. As whenever I say things, it always makes me think about a song because I love music. I always have since I was a kid. I love to have the radio on. I used to record cassette tapes so I could have my favorite songs on demand. You know, I told you, I grew up in the 70s and the 80s when we didn't have streaming music. Everything was on a cassette tape. And then it was on, I mean, my older brothers and sisters, it was 8-track, but by the time I was young, you know, and listening to music, paying attention to music, it was cassette tapes. Well, records were in there too, I suppose. And then we went from cassette tapes to CDs. I'm sure I'm not telling you anything new, but it's kind of funny to think about. I just love music. So whenever I say a word or a phrase that makes me think of a song, I can't help it. I'm like, give me a beat. I have to do it. Janet Jackson coming at me. All right, where is my paper towel? I think I threw it out. Just banging my head on the desk trying to get to my paper towels. Leave it to me. All right. Never done that before. Clearly there's a lot of embossing fluid in there, but I didn't want the big dauber. Like I didn't want a big dot. I wanted lines of it. It's going to be messy. These are going to be really messy lines. I just know it because of the way they drew out. I didn't get a brush. I used that little rubbery spatula, that mini spatula. So this is going to be interesting to see how this turns out. Now, the way that I do this. Oh, that was a slip of slip of the hand. The way that I do this to make sure that that powder gets into the embossing fluid, I bounce it around like this. I tap on the surface so that it's like settling into that liquid. Do you see? That's how I do it. And actually, I can just use this book as a way to get it back in here. I mean, most of it's just sitting right there in the center of my book, which is interesting. We'll see if I can get that all out. Haven't done this before. All right, there's the majority of it. That was fast and easy. But do you see how it just, that powder really does help. Without the powder, if there's anything else on the, without this stuff, you prep your surface with it before you use embossing glue. It really helps so that the purple embossing glue doesn't stick. The little micro beads don't stick to other places on your project. So I'm trying to like knock off as much of that that's not stuck into the glue. and get it off my page. And now let's emboss that. And then I'm going to write with some words. I'm going to write with some words on there. This is a glossy, it's a glaze. So it's like a glossy embossing. I need my embossing heat gun. It's a different gun than the drying gun. And then we start embossing. Janet Jackson, right, Callie? Give me a date. Kimberly, you're a radio lover too. I mean, I came from a family of 13. I was the 11th out of 13 kids. And I just wanted to be in my room alone. There's just always people everywhere. And I just needed a little escape. So I used I had a little yellow Sony Walkman that I got from my confirmation, I believe. And I would put my little cassettes in there and I would escape to my room or go for a walk and enjoy the music. So I'm a huge music lover. All right, do you see it? It is changing. I don't know if you can see it. It's turning glossy. If I hold it this way, you might be able to see it better. There we go. We got some gloss coming, girls. I know it's really hard for you to see, but it is turning glossy. Let's go higher. There we go. I'm going to put it down so I can see it. I know it's not a great angle for you, but if I focus, I can get through this quicker, and then I can show you the shine. Basically, embossing powders are basically like little microplastic beads, probably not great for the environment. Don't breathe them in. I like to get them off my space. I don't want any of it floating around the room. I don't use it that often, but when I do, I'm always in love with the result. Those markers really do work. It's just mine dried out. It's working on this smaller spiral up here, but it just dried out. I think I'm going to end up throwing those out. Because look at, although there wasn't a whole lot there, so I don't melt anything. Although there wasn't a whole lot of marker there, it did work. Like it applied that really dark purple glaze. And here it's super bold because I did a really wide line of it, which I actually like more than the dainty one, to be honest with you. Okay, so that's like, let me get rid of some things. I want to get rid of this. I can feel the powder. And actually, I can feel it on here, so I'm going to have to wipe this down later. Actually, I got a bunch on my table up here. Yuck. See that? Can you see that? No, you can't see it. So I want to get this off my table. And usually this like residual stuff, I just put it in the garbage and then I wipe it with a wipe. Let's put that aside for a minute. And then look at, see all that is powder. I don't like that lingering around in my room. And I won't go all, what's it called? OSHA. Who's like in charge of like health and I think it's OSHA. I won't go all OSHA on you and get all specific and really, but let me just get that off my table. I'll do the big full cleaning later. Okay, that's off the table. Now, what did we come up with for a phrase? Callie, I'm so glad you're here. Hello, hello. I'm a music lover as well, Kim says. In fact, my granddaughter gets on me because I hum a ton, and if I can't get to listen to music, I'm the same way. I absolutely love music. I think it's such a good, it's a leisure thing for me. I'm telling you, if my husband's gone for work, which, you know, he is a lot, if he comes home from work, he wants the TV on. He likes the TV. Or he'll watch like podcasts. He'll listen to / watch podcasts, which I like too, but I really love just listening to music. So I don't usually put the TV on. I don't want the visual, and I can't do that much visual. It really stresses me out for some reason. It like brings up my anxiety level if I'm watching too much of anything. So I listen to music, and that soothes me and it restores me and it makes me happy. So that's what I do. Yeah, so I'm a big music listener. Okay, we got to come up with a phrase for this. I'm going to write a phrase in. Let me see which pen or marker. What are we going to do? I mean, I've got purple all over here, but maybe I should use the blue. Maybe I should use a different color. Since purple and blue are our prompts on our cards, I always do this little piece of paper to figure out, is that what I want to do? I mean, it's not very bold. Let me see what color of these I have. I have a blue. I use it all the time for the whatnot. I could do gold. I could do a big bold gold. Big bold gold. We could do, instead of a little gel pen, I could do a big bold gold paint marker. That's what I did on the previous page. I'm gonna wet it though, like it's the nib gets dry from in between uses, so you gotta re-wet it. I'm not a huge fan of these paint markers. Just be clear, be honest, because they either give you a ton of ink or no, well, it's paint or no paint, and I don't want to go in through. I'm not sure on this one. That's white. Oh, I could do white. I mean, black is so typical, right? What about brown? This is a different. I'm not a fan of this brand. I do really like Poscas. They work really well. Purple Haze. Yeah, that's my glaze is Purple Haze. All right, that's nice and dark, but I'm not sure. Not sure I like the color for this. Nope. So visual, you guys. I have to see it before I do it. Nope. I think the gold is the only one that's going to satisfy me. This is a glass marker in brown, or is it bronzed? No, it's just brown. Nope. Okay. I kind of need gold Posca pens. I think I like the Posca brand so much more than this one, but I like the gold color a lot. All right, what are we writing though? I need to know what to write. Let me come over here and re-wet this. I gotta get the nib all nice and wet, moisturized, just like my skin. All right, here we go. What are we gonna say? Stop watching, start creating. Stop scrolling, go create. What should I write? Stop watching. Let's just make it simple, Grace. If I say stop watching. No, I'm not going to say stop watching. I'm going to say shut it off. I don't know why. I'm going to say shut it off, go create something. See, I got to wet that nib because it's not wet enough to even get through my S. Dang you. Dang you. Paint pen. See, this is what happens. It either gives you too much or not enough. I don't like these ones. I was going to go up, like shut it off, but maybe I will start coming down. Where would I do it, Gracie? Maybe here, shut it. Usually I don't just jump in. Usually I pencil it out and then I do it because I'm not very confident. Okay, can I fit off in here? I'm gonna get paint marker on my sweater. Aye, runs out of ink. Aye, aye, aye. You little stinker. Ah! It's too wide for this little space. Shut it off. You can hardly see my off. Shut it off. Stop it, marker. Come on, I need you to. I'm whining now. Ugh, whining is never a good thing. Go. I'm going to make create really big. See, it won't work. It always runs out. Oh, and it stinks to high heaven. That's the other thing. This one stinks to high heaven. Darn you. That would have been better stamping. See what it's doing? I want to do big letters. It's going to take me 3 years at this rate. I want to tell you, I watch trained artists art journal, and some of the most talented, the people I watch are women who create art journal pages that are literally works of art. I admire them so much. I love to watch them do their work and create. You'll see, I'm not a trained artist. I'm terrible at lettering, but I still want to say, don't let it stop you. I want to encourage you to create anyway. Do it anyway. Don't let that lack of training or lack of confidence or lack of feeling like I can't do it like her. That's like you're trying to compete. Don't try to compete with somebody else. Your creating is your creating, and it's beautiful because you make it. And yeah, my letters are wonky. My marker's not working. I don't care. I'm not going to let it take away from the fun of it. I'm tempted to make this last letter really small. I don't know why, like that. I don't know why. Just because I feel like it. There doesn't have to be any other reason. I wish this stupid marker. I keep them only because I need them. I need a good broad tipped metallic. I have my fine tip gel pens that are metallic and they're fabulous. So I need one that's bigger because I love using metallic so much, but I don't like the way that one writes. It doesn't come out evenly. This is why I do not like this brand at all. My off came out really off. Shut it off. Go create. Go create. Girl, that's my message to you. Every day, that's my message to you. And it's a little dangerous, like I said, because I'm telling you to shut me off. Shut me off. Stop watching. Go get your fingers messed up in some paints or markers or whatever. It is no longer April. It's now May. Crazy town, right? What is the? It's May 2nd even. It's not even May 1st. It's May 2nd. All right, here we go. I do like to put a little date stamp on there. I did it upside down. That was not intentional, but it's all good. It's all good. All right, look at my off. My off is off. Shut it off. Go create. My off is off. Shut it off. Go create. I think I'll actually do, even though it's painful to me, I think I'll do a little more gold on here. I do like to repeat, like I'll repeat that color somewhere else to get things to match. It's just not coming out. I mean, I have 2 of these. Let's see if the other one's any better. That's how much I want gold to work so badly. You like to put dates on your work too, Carol? It's kind of nice to look back and see when you created stuff. Especially if you have multiple books, it's really fun to look through multiple books because you can kind of see your progress even as a creator. This one has, I think, a little bigger tip. I don't think it's going to be any better. I was going to outline some of this. Oh, there we go. That one's pretty decent, actually. Put some gold outlining around these doilies, or at least one of them, like that. And then let me do this one over here. So we'll do that lower one, and then let's do this upper one. I was like, I think this marker is going to cooperate with me, but it's really not. there. I do like that little bit of detail around there, like that gold. And then let's see, do I want to do that somewhere else? I may just, the places where I don't have the doily, where it's just plain paper with a little bit of purple paint over it, I'm going to come around and just, like I would do with a distress ink, I'm going to come around and distress the edges of my paper with this gold. Just to add, you know, it's about using the same color, the same element in a few different places so that everything looks super cohesive. So again, where there's nothing up here. I mean, you could go around the whole page. I don't know why I'm just choosing to do the space that doesn't have anything going on, just to add something to it. Make it feel part of the rest of the page, right? I actually really like that. I'm going to make it a little bolder down there. There. What do you think? They're little touches. They're just like little things. But first of all, they are very relaxed. Sorry for that big noise. It's very relaxing to me. All of these like last minute little markings on the page and adding these little scribbles, doodling things on there. It just makes me happy. It relaxes me. And it really does bring the page together more. So everything is really wet. The marker is really wet, so I need to give that time to dry. So I'm going to leave it just like that. So what do you think about what we talked about today? Miss Monica asked, I had to see who it was. I was like, who was it? Somebody asked me. Monica. It was Monica Lewis. Lucas asked for art journaling. So this was for Miss Monica. Monica, thank you for being here. All of you, thanks for being here. Thanks for the suggestion. I do have to go because I have to get some of these embossed papers embossed. That's what I got to do. But we got our hour in live every Friday, basically, at 11 a.m. here on YouTube. You find me on Whatnot on Monday mornings and then on Facebook. In my private group, like at least 3 times a week, the Craft Therapy Club. If you're interested in that group, comment and let me know, and I'll get you a link if you want to consider joining us. And then you'll find me also just on the public page over on Facebook at the Comfy Nest with Grace. Okay, blue or purple? We worked in purple. Use a spiral. We did with purple embossing glaze, and then emboss it. So we got our embossing. Those were our 3 prompts, and we did all 3. I would say that was successful. The prompt cards, man, if you want the link to that, let me know. But if you join the club, you get that workshop along with all the other ones. All right, girls, thanks for being here. I appreciate you all so much. Have a blessed weekend. I will catch you next time. Goodbye.